Hello students, in today's video you will be seeing about the poem Heaven If You Are Not Here on Earth, written by Kuvempu and translated into English by Dr. C. Naganna. So before going into the video, if anyone is seeing the channel for the first time or if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and share it with your friends, and also click the bell button to receive notifications whenever I upload new videos. So without wasting time, let us get into the video. The poem's name is Heaven If You Are Not Here on Earth. Now let us see about the author. The author, actually this is a Kannada poem which is translated into English, and the poem is written by Kuvempu, K.V. Puttappa. His pen name is Kuampu. Now, he is acknowledged as the greatest poet of the 20th century Kannada literature. Kuampu is one of the greatest poets of 20th century Kannada literature. He is first among the 8 recipients of Jnanapith Award for Kannada. He is a second after M. Govindapai among the Kannada poets to be revered as Rashtra Kavi, that is a national poet. Govindapai is the first to be revered as Rashtra Kavi, and then is Kuvempu. His work Sri Ramayana Darshanam, that is a rewriting of great ancient Indian epic Ramayana in modern Kannada, is regarded as a revival of the era of Mahakavya in contemporary form and charm. So he has written a very famous work. The work's name is Sri Ramayana Darshanam. Sri Ramayana Darshanam, and this is regarded as a revival of the era of Mahakavya, and he is immortalized by some of his phrases. He is very famous for some of his phrases, especially for his contribution to universal humanism, or his own words, that is Vishwamanavata, and he was also conferred Padma Vibhushan by Government of India. So here Jnanapith Award for Kannada, Rashtra Kavi, then Padma Vibhushan by Government of India, and he has also penned the Karnataka state anthem. I think all of you will know, Jaya Bharata Jananiya Tanujate. That also was penned or written by K.V. Puttappa or Kuvempu. Now let us see a few points regarding the person who translated this work, that is Dr. C. Naganna. Dr. C. Naganna, he is a very famous poet, he is a critic, and he is also a translator, that is a person who translates from the poem from one language to another. He has brought out more than 20 books both in Kannada and in English, and he has translated many works, and one of the work he translated is Chinua Achebe's work. We have already studied about Chinua Achebe. One of Chinua Achebe's work, that work's name is Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart. This work is translated by Dr. C. Naganna as Bhanga, and also the English rendering of Kuampu's discursive essays, that is Kuampu's discursive essays, he has translated into English, that is Nirankusham Madigalagi, that is as unsettle your minds, like that. He has also translated one of Kuvempu's discursive essays. That work's name is Unsettle Your Minds. Okay, and many other essays he has translated. He is a professor of comparative literature and translation studies, besides being director of Prasaranga, that is the publication division of University of Mysore. So he is a professor of comparative literature and translative studies. Then he is also the director of Prasaranga, that is the publication division of the University of Mysore, and he is also honored by number of organizations for his literacy and cultural contribution. So that is about C. Naganna, who is a poet, critic and translator, who has translated many important works written by different authors. So this is about the author and the translator. Now let us directly move on to the poem. So the poem's name is Heaven If You Are Not Here on Earth. So what is the basic idea which the poet has to give to us? So first thing we have to understand is heaven. Heaven is always considered to be a perfect place. Okay? And it is always said that you do good things, you will go to heaven. Once you are in heaven, you will be very happy. Always we compare heaven to be a perfect place, a happy place, a peaceful place. That is what we consider heaven as. But the poet here tries to say that if you don't find happiness on this earth, you cannot find it anywhere else. That is, if you can't find happiness on this earth, then even if you go to heaven, you cannot find it. Okay? You cannot find it anywhere else. Anywhere else. This is what the poet means by saying heaven if you are not here on earth. If you can't find happiness on earth, you cannot find it anywhere else. That is, heaven you have to create here on this earth. Heaven and hell are creation of one's own mind. These are all creations of our own mind. So if we find happiness here on this earth, that means we can make this earth as heaven. So that is what the poet is trying to say. So now let us move on to the line by line explanation of this poem. So let us see the first two lines. So here let us see the first two lines. Heaven, if you are not here on earth, where else could you be? So he is telling that heaven, if you are not on earth, if not on earth, where else you could be? You cannot be anywhere else. You could be only in this world. You could be only on this earth. Heaven, if you are not here on earth, where else you could be? You are as human beings, we are the one who creates heaven or hell. Our attitudes, our actions, all these creates heaven. If our attitude is good, if our actions are good, if our mannerisms are good, we create heaven on this earth only. So that is what heaven, if you are not here on earth, where else you could be? Now let us move on to the second line. If we ourselves cannot be gods, then there can be no gods. That is, who are gods? We consider gods as anyone who can help us, anyone who can give peace of mind, anyone who can give us happiness. That is what we consider as God. So he is telling that if we ourselves, if we as human beings cannot be gods, then there can be no gods. That means we human beings should act like gods. That is, we should help others, we should give others peace of mind, we should give others happiness. If you help someone, we will also be happy, the other person also will be happy. Then naturally heaven is created on this earth. If everyone gives each other peace of mind, naturally all will be happy and heaven is created on this earth. So we all should think of each other's happiness, we all should think of helping each other, then we also can be happy, the others also can be happy. So it will be like we have become gods. We give happiness to someone, they will consider us as gods. We help others, they will consider us as gods. So that is what, if we ourselves cannot be gods, then there can be no gods. We ourselves has to be like gods. Then only this earth will become heaven. Now let us move on to the next sentence. The next sentence, the poet is telling that if we ourselves aren't heavenly nymphs, the nymphs are not elsewhere. So first he said we ourselves has to be like gods. Then he is telling we ourselves, if we aren't heavenly nymphs, we have to be like angels. Heavenly nymphs means we have to be like angels. Otherwise, the nymphs are not elsewhere. We ourselves only are angels. We should not try to find angels anywhere else. We ourselves has to be like angels. Angels, we feel that someone suddenly in time of a need, someone come and help you. We feel that, oh, it is like an angel came and helped me. So we ourselves has to be like angels. Otherwise, the nymphs or angels are not anywhere else. So nymphs mainly means angels or damsels. Okay, that is the meaning of the word nymphs. So if we ourselves aren't heavenly nymphs, the nymphs are not anywhere else. So now he moves on to the next stanza of the poem. In the next stanza, he says that how this earth can be considered as heaven. So he tells about the nature, the beauty of the nature. If we enjoy the beauty of the nature, we feel that it is like heaven. If we see a very beautiful place, a place of scenic beauty, we always remark it looks like heaven. So that is what he is trying to say. While this roaring stream rushes fast, he is telling about when a roaring stream, when a river is rushing very fast, okay, river is moving fast, when we see a waterfall, rolling surf at the edge of waves, when we see the white color bubbles at the edge of the waves, white color bubbles in the waves, when we go to a seashore, when we see the waves, okay, the tender sunshine leans on verdant gardens, when we see the gentle sunshine morning time, when we see the gentle sunshine which is moving on the green garden, okay, verdant means lush green, okay, verdant means lush green garden, and then the gentle sun makes this earth heaven. That time we feel that this gentle sunshine, this white bubbles on the waves of the in the seashore, the roaring stream, the waterfall moving fast, all these things make this earth heaven. So when we see all these things, we feel that heaven is on this earth only. We enjoy the beauty, we enjoy the nature. So that time we feel that heaven is on this earth. So while the roaring stream rushes fast, when the rolling surf at the edge of waves, the tender sunshine leans on verdant gardens, when the gentle sunshine falls on the green color garden, and then the gentle sun make the earth heaven. All these things makes the earth a heaven. So that is what the poet is trying to say in the second stanza, that is how the nature's beauty makes the earth the heaven. So here, while this roaring stream rushes fast, rolling surf at the edge of waves, the tender sunshine leans on verdant gardens, and then the gentle sun makes this earth heaven. So now in the third stanza, what the poet is trying to say. In the splendor of harvest and of moonlight, that is in the magnificent harvest, when we see a very magnificent harvest, then when we see the moonlight, all these things, moonlight, we feel that heaven lies all over. When we see all these things, we feel that heaven is all over the place, heaven is there. Imbibing and spilling the song of nectar. Now here the poet is trying to say what is his duty. He as a poet, how does he create heaven on earth? How does a poet create heaven on earth? He is telling that imbibing and spilling. So imbibing means he is trying to absorbing. Okay, when you absorb, and after you absorb something so much, you tend to spilling it means overflow. What is he trying to imbibe, absorb and overflow? He's trying to absorb and overflow the song of nectar. That is, basically it is the drink of God. Okay, drink of God, the song of nectar, maybe we can tell Amrit. So he is trying to absorb the song of nectar, and after absorbing all the song of nectar, he's trying to spill it out. That is, in his poem, he's trying to recreate whatever he sees in the nature, the beauty of the nature, the happiness, and he, after absorbing all those things, he tries to overflow or spill it. That is, he writes it as poem and he tries to spread it. So this is how, as a poet, he is trying to spread happiness. So if I tell you in a more simple way, if we have a piece of cloth or a sponge, you pour water into that, it will first absorb. After that, when you squeeze it, the water will go out. So this is how the poet, first he absorbs all the beauty of the nature into himself, and then he spills it out, he writes it out as poem, and people read it. That is how he spreads it, and he creates heaven on earth. That is how the poet is trying to create heaven on earth. So once more, in the splendor of harvest and of moonlight, heaven lies all over, heaven lies all over, imbibing and spilling the song of nectar, absorbing and then spilling out the song of nectar, that is a drink of God. The poet does create heaven on earth. The poet spreads the happiness and he creates heaven on earth by writing his own feelings and whatever he sees. That is how he creates heaven on earth. So this is what the basic idea of the poem is. It is a very simple poem. It is a very meaningful poem. So basically, the poet means to say that if you cannot be happy on this earth, you cannot be happy even if you go to heaven. So heaven is on this earth. You have to enjoy whatever you see on this earth, the beauty of nature, all those things you have to enjoy. You have to help each other, and you have to try to make heaven on this earth. So I hope you have understood the meaning of the poem very clearly. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, because your likes and shares will be of a great encouragement for me to make more and more videos. So I hope to see you all soon in the coming video. Thank you for watching.